Welcome back to Getting Technical. I'm joined by Nick and Julian. This is take three.
Take three.
The audio recorder had no batteries. The batteries died both times.
Yeah, thanks, Ross.
Did you put new ones in there?
I just put new batteries in. So we're good. But yeah, we're going to jump into NBA talk. We have not talked about that yet on the podcast. We had a 3-week break, I think. So we haven't talked about it since the season started. I know Nick is excited to get into it. Julian,
Very much so.
You know, diehard Suns fan.
Big Suns fan over here.
Even though they're terrible right now.
Can't stay awake for the games, right?
Hey, yo, wipe your mouth,
Bro,
Nick.
Jeez. See, you used it in good context for me. Now that was
Yeah, you were just reaching for a wipe your mouth.
Bro, that is. I talk about this to people all the time though. Like it pisses me off. Like being on the East Coast, it's impossible to watch late night sports. Like if you want to at least get like good sleep, like if you're on the West Coast, think about it. Even at this primetime game that's going to be on tonight, it's what on 8:30.
Yep, 5:30 it starts.
5:30. By 9 o'clock, like they could go hang with their friends. They could play some fucking cards and shit. Like
Exactly.
Their night is is young for them. I don't know. It was
cards.
It was bad. I said cards. Like you hang out with your friends. Like play cards. Like. Whatever.
Yeah. No, they got to move the start times up to like 7:30. I think that's the only one that's fair.
I don't think they would ever do that because then the West Coast people would literally still be at work.
Yeah, 4. I mean, it's a 4 o'clock start time.
Realistically, like if you want to watch sports, I mean, being on the West Coast is where you want to be. But yeah, let's get into it. NBA. I mean, I want to start with the Nuggets. They're 8-1. They haven't skipped a beat. Jokic looks like the best player in basketball again. Jamal Murray is out, but he should probably be only out a month, and I think they'll be fine without him. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? I think, to be honest, I personally put a bet on them to win the chip this year.
Really?
It was like plus 550.
That's good.
I just think they're the best team by far.
By far, I think is a little bit of a stretch because I think the Celtics have looked really good. I mean, but in the West, I think they're definitely the class of the West. I think that what they'll miss with Murray the next couple months, because I think he'll be gone a month, but maybe a little bit longer. They have a nice role players who are definitely filling into those roles. I think a lot of the heat that they got over the offseason was they didn't make many moves. They didn't replace some of the pieces that they lost, which is really just Bruce Brown. But I think that it was definitely they found a lot of help through the draft, so I think that they're gonna.
Yeah, and I think guys like Christian Brown are gonna take a little bit of a leap.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I think it's just the fact that unlike the Celtics, the Nuggets, that core has been together now.
Yes.
They've obviously won the title together, but even before that, that core of guys, they've been playing together for a while, so they've kind of just built that rapport.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, we won that chip. Jokic is clearly the best player in basketball. No one's questioning it at all. Jamal Murray established himself as one of the top players in the league as well during that playoff run last year. So now they just kind of know exactly who they are, whereas opposed to the Celtics, they're super talented, but who knows? In a tight game in the playoffs, who are they going to turn to? Is Tatum going to be the guy, or are they going to maybe be a few guys who aren't sure? How do things play out with all that talent on their team now?
Yeah, I definitely think that the pressure being off of the Nuggets is definitely going to be helpful for them too. Like you said, they've been together for so long, and they can have a Aaron Gordon game carry them through the regular season just to get a couple wins. But the Celtics do have to work through the growing pains to see how they can figure out whatever's going on with Jaylen Brown right now, because he still can't use his left hand for anything. But
some things, bro, guys just
it's like a mental block.
No matter how much they work on, it doesn't seem to matter. The biggest thing for me is watching Mitchell Robinson this year, and maybe it's me. In the beginning of his career, I thought he made free throws at a high rate. Obviously, I think he was 68, 70%.
Sure.
But now, it's and all they talked about with his trainer was how much they worked on it over the offseason, this and that. He can't shoot free throws again. And
yeah, but he's looked dominant though. So
he's looked fantastic. But at the same time, it's just I just wonder. I'm the one thing some of these guys have to work on. It seems like they never do. But I also feel if you put Mitchell Robinson in an empty gym, he'd probably make 9 out of 10 free throws.
Oh, 100%.
It's a mental thing.
It definitely is.
Yeah, it's just weird how that works, but then again, it's easier said than done when you're not playing in front of 30,000.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's easier to scream free throws from your couch like I do.
The next thing I wanted to talk about though was the Sixers. They're 7-1. Embiid's looking like he wants to repeat as the MVP.
Yeah.
But also Tyrese Maxey is really looking. He's looking like they don't need James Harden.
Oh yeah, they never
Like,
needed
the
him.
Sixers really. It doesn't look like they need James Harden to succeed. They're obviously playing great basketball right now, but they look good. And I mean, I don't know. Is it the Ewing effect? Like remember
I don't think
Bill
it's that.
Simmons did?
I think the Ewing effect is a little bit is giving Harden a little bit too much
Ewing
credit.
Theory, yeah. I mean, he was still all NBA last year, but now I mean they have that whole drama with him in the offseason. They get off to this hot start without him. He's obviously traded. The Clippers are 0-4 with James Harden.
Yeah.
So kind of looks like it's not looking great for James Harden right now.
Not at
It is
all.
looking good for Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, no. I mean, listen, I'm willing to say that right now. I'm gonna make a bold statement right now. Tyrese Maxey is in the top 10 for best players in the NBA over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Stop,
Yeah, it's true, bro. It's true. How many?
You told me earlier, wipe your mouth, bro.
Nah, bro. Nah.
It's glazing.
Tyrese Maxey is him, bro. He's showing people this year. I've always been a fan of him.
I'm a big Tyrese Maxey fan as well, but Shea is, in my opinion, a top 7 player.
Top 10?
Bro, that's glazing.
Top 10?
That's not glazing.
bro.
It's facts.
Nah,
Last
that's
year
glazing.
on this podcast,
Shai
you and
is-
Zach, I told him and Zach, I was like, Shea is a top 15 player. They were like, nah.
He's not top 7, bro. He's not top 7.
Now, guess what? He's all NBA first team, which means he was top 5 last year.
No, it
now
doesn't.
he's
No, it does
back.
not, though.
He's going to average 30 again. The Thunder are going to have a really good season.
All right, let's
Yes.
see. Let's
Chet
see.
looks, bro, Chet.
Chet
He
looks
looks
like
legit, bro.
he does look legit. But the media wants you to just focus on Wemby though.
Bro,
That's my hot take.
Wemby does have better numbers right now, and I mean, I don't want to be a guy who's just looking at box scores, but they both played really well. Bro, Chet's P's been awesome for them.
Yeah, he has
He's
been.
immediately been their second best player.
Yeah, and
they're a good team this year.
I mean, Giddey's fallen off. Giddey can't shoot
Bro, I
anymore.
don't know
Like
what's going on with Josh Giddey. It's
I mean,
really
he was definitely one of my
frustrating
favorite
to
players coming into the season. But I just want to get back to that top 10 Tyrese Maxey statement. Like, you know that I give a lot of crap to the Suns, but you guys got 3 players better than him.
Nah, bro.
watch.
Nah, bro.
No.
Bro, hold on. First of all,
Bradley Beal is not better than Tyrese.
Bradley Beal is not better than Tyrese Maxey. And KD, bro, we'll have the argument. KD is not
We will have the argument. It's Kevin Durant.
Nah, bro. Nah. Kevin Durant has choked in fourth quarters this year. I'm telling you, Booker. Listen, I think Booker's top 5, but like on that Suns team, the rest of them are not top 20. It's sad to see.
Wait, so you don't think?
No.
Durant's
We
top-
know that the rest of the Suns are not
That's
top 20.
You don't like Jordan Goodwin?
Yeah, bro. Jordan Goodwin's butt cheeks. What do you mean? I witnessed him shoot like 3 for 10 from the field the other day, bro.
Don't lie. You didn't watch that game.
He saw the box score and said, "Yuck."
Yeah, man. But no, all this is overshadowing the fact that Tyrese Maxey is having what
You
could
just
be an
called
all
him Tyreek Maxey?
Tyrese Maxey is having like a possible third team, second team All NBA season.
Yes, but he's not the top. That's still one of the craziest things I've ever heard. He's not. I like. He's not the 5th best Kentucky player in the NBA right now. Like I don't think you could like
You
say
think
that.
Julius Randle's better?
Then Tyrese Maxey right now, yes.
Bro, that's cool. That's a wild statement, bro.
Julius Randle's been having.
booty cheeks.
He's back. He had a good week this week. He was
Dude,
coming off an ankle surgery, bro.
He shoots like 3 for 16 from the field, though. Like, nah, you can't argue. You can't tell me that guy's better than
You
Tyrese
saw
Maxey.
that graphic that was going around. I was like, Julius Randle live.
Yeah, the tour dates he was having. Yeah, 325 in Memphis.
I mean, the best tour date shooting performance ever, though, for me is Darius Garland in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
On April 24th when he shot 4 for 24.
Yeah, no, that was really bad.
But I mean, it's interesting to see that Harden's team's falling off. I mean, I don't know what's good with him, bro. Like I used to love James Harden, and it's just the fact that he's quit on what 14.
Yeah.
But he's such a ball dominant player, and the players in this players league, you have to take care of your guys, and I think you can see the kind of effect it has on the team because, like even like Long Island's own, like Tobias Harris, he's been like going off lately.
He's been playing really well.
And and it's almost as if like he's like, yo, look what else I can do because I've had to do this because this guy was on my team the past couple seasons. So
true. I mean, but if you listen to what Tobias was saying, he was hinting at this shit all offseason.
Yeah, no, he definitely was.
I get no respect. He's like, they trade me for a box of cookies.
Yeah, no, they rather crumble cookies than
bro.
Tobias
But he
Harris.
really like he's a slept-on player. Obviously, like his contract is crazy, but I don't know. I've always been a fan of Tobias.
But even like I don't know if you guys saw the interview that Harden did. He was basically like explaining why he can't do catch and shoot stuff. Like he's never been in that role, which seems like the craziest thing that you can say. Yeah. Like you just can't just like catch a ball and shoot it.
Yeah. Like,
and I understand like yes, he's been a primary ball handler, but still, just like that's where he started. That's where he was with OKC back when they had Russ and KD. Yeah. Like I think that like he should be able to fall into that role. So the fact that he hasn't is kind of crazy.
I agree. Nick, I'm honestly gonna go to you for this, but I wanted to talk about the play-in tournament. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what the fuck was going on for like the first week or two. I was so confused. It started immediately November 3rd.
Yeah.
The season started on October 30th.
Yeah.
Like they immediately jumped into it. It's like once a week.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's only Fridays.
I think this week's Tuesdays. I think this week it's Tuesday. I think it depends on the week,
or it depends on the pool.
They all announced all these ugly fucking courts that look like shit. And I even was it? Was it Bones Highland who was like, I don't know what the hell's going on either.
I don't hate the courts, and like it's not how they look. Like I'm not going to defend how some of them look because the Bulls one looked terrible. Yeah, I know the Knicks one's gonna get fried when it comes up.
So fucking orange.
Like it just that aspect of it is going to be bad, but I think that it probably psychologically gives the players some type of like, oh, this means something. You know what I mean? You just put a normal court out there. I think that they might just like feel as if it's a regular game. Like nobody's going to get up for the in-season tournament, but it's going to feel a little bit different if it's on a different court or there's different uniforms. So I think that is doing a good job of doing that kind of stuff. And I mean, like last week, not this past week, but the week before, some of those games were some of the best games that the NBA has had this season so far. So I think that it is helping a little bit, but as I mentioned to us before the show started, I think it's just laying the groundwork for what the NBA eventually wants to do with it. The way they rolled it out, kind of rushed into it, it was a little bit sloppy. I don't think this is the final product that the NBA wants the in-season tournament to be. I do think that the writing on the wall with 2 possibly expansion teams coming and making it a 32-team tournament at some point and maybe draft pick, something kind of compensation is going to come from it. I think that's where it goes. But I think that what they're doing right now with the lack of like lead time they had on it, I think it's good. I can't complain about it. Everybody's going to complain about what it means and how stupid it sounds, but I definitely think that it is a interesting thing that they're doing.
Yeah, I definitely think it's interesting. And I think as it gets towards the end, I think teams are going to be motivated just by even the 500K player. I mean, obviously to the top players it's nothing, but when you really think about it, like they're players themselves, like the guys at the end of the bench that, you know, they are spending 8 months out of the year with nonstop. It's like they're $500,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And to a lot of those guys who are maybe making, you know, on the minimum, which is still a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
The fact that they could potentially make another $500,000 is so impactful for them.
Yeah.
That, you know, maybe a guy like Giannis is like, oh shit, like I really, outside of wanting the pride of winning the league, he's gonna take it maybe a little bit more seriously that what would have been a regular season game to help, you know, the guys at the end of the bench, you know, get a nice paycheck.
Right. I do think that I'm not going to try to say, like, I appreciate you acting as if the $500,000 is good for the players at the end of the bench, but I still don't think that's the reason why they're doing it. I think that there's kind of a bigger thing that's going to be coming from all this.
I don't think that's like moving the needle like for anything. I think it's just like a nice incentive for the guys who aren't getting these $200 million contracts.
Yeah, and I think the NBA is just trying to throw something at the wall and seeing if it sticks and going for that. I mean, we all know the regular season's been less important every single year. It feels like. So I think that them trying to do this and trotting this out there and seeing where it could possibly go, I think is interesting.
I really like the speaking of the rule changes. I kind of like the rule where like you have to play 65 games in order to make the awards, and like because like you got Kawhi and PG playing a lot more now, but now that Booker's been out for so long, like he's probably not going to get one of those awards. So it's just like I don't know. It makes things interesting. It really shows like the people that stay healthy and produce get recognized more, which is ideally a good look for the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, I wanted to talk kind of early season surprises. I mean, for me, I'll start off and I'll say R.J. Barrett, Cam Thomas.
No, just stop at the top. R.J. Barrett.
I mean, I tried my hardest in the beginning as a Knicks fan to be like a big R.J. Barrett guy.
That's
I
cap.
spent way too much money on his cards. And I lost money on... Bro, I have like 10 of his PSA 10 rookie base cards.
So that's why you...
That was part of the reason why. I was like, bro, let me buy low. I kept trying to believe in him. And then...
Did you sell them?
No, I still have them.
Good,
Sell them. They weren't worth anything.
Good thing.
But with RJ Barrett, like, as much as Knicks fans are tough on players like Julius Randle, one of the players that us Knicks fans have, kind of like... had that blind faith in for the most part is RJ Barrett.
Our glorious king.
And he has gotten disrespected, honestly, by most of the league. I mean, ESPN just came out with that list, the top 25 under 25. He wasn't on the list.
Nowhere near it.
But last year during the playoffs, I think we saw him kind of turn a page. His decision-making was a lot better. He was making more shots. He was being more decisive with what he was doing, as opposed to in the beginning, he would kind of drive into the paint, jump into the air, and then he would be like, he'd have a bad shot, try and pass it, turnover, something like that. But now he seems to just know exactly what he wants to do when he goes to make that move. And I think also just playing in the FIBA tournament over the summer was a huge help to him. But obviously he's not going to shoot 50% from the field, but I do see him as a 23 points per game guy.
I definitely think that last year it was a case of him getting paid, taking a little bit of foot off the gas, which happens to everybody a little at some point in their life. And then I think that he wasn't in the best shape last year, and I think him playing in the FIBA tournament this past summer definitely did a big thing for him and his just conditioning. He came in looking much better, and I think that the familiarity that he has with the rest of the team and how that offense and learning it and kind of finding your own way in it between Brunson and Randall and how ball dominant both of them are, I think was tough for him the first year. So I think that it was a learning experience last year for him, which I think this year you're kind of seeing a little bit of the, hey, this is where I fall in the line of things. So I definitely think that that's a big check mark for me for RJ Barrett's progression.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other things that are cool as well is the fact that he is taking that step on defense as well. Yeah. And he's starting to become a confident free throw shooter.
Yes.
It was something he struggled with. I mean, his numbers wouldn't necessarily, he was probably in the high 60s, low 70s for a while. He kind of got a little bit better for a while. Yeah. Then last year he kind of came back down, and it's something the Knicks as a team have struggled with a lot this year. But I just feel like he has a new confidence at the line. And for a guy like him, that's one of his skills is being able to get to the free throw line.
Yeah, because he finishes around contact fairly well. I mean, last year it seemed like he couldn't finish anything at all. But I think that this year he definitely is showing a little bit more of that. Like, he can get to the hole, finish with contact, and just, be one of those guys who can try to get us a bucket at the end of the game, along with Brunson and Randall.
Sure.
Yeah, but look, I'm asking you, Knicks fans, though. I don't know when his contract ends, but how much are you paying him per year?
He just signed a contract.
Yeah,
did he?
He's got 4 years left.
Yeah.
Wait, what's
this is the first year of his deal, right?
Wait, what's the contract?
It's 4 years.
I think it was
he's getting $30 million a year.
No, it's 4.
It's a lot of money, dude. It's a lot of money.
No, I think it was
4 for 120, 130.
I thought it was 5 for 120.
I thought last year counted. I thought it was 4 years. You can look it up.
Yeah, I can find it. But I mean, comparatively,
bro, that's the thing. NBA contracts are so crazy this year. It's even Randall, who he's been good this week. He's obviously struggled coming off that ankle injury, and he had the worst shooting start in NBA history through 6 games.
Yeah, 4 for 107.
4 for 107.
Oh my gosh,
that's a fucking discount.
Dude, that's crazy.
What do you mean that's crazy? Crazy good?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's. No, because no. The thing is that's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of money.
Put that in perspective. Karl Anthony Towns is about to start making $60 a year.
Well, listen, that's
RJ Barrett has better numbers than Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns making more than double than him.
Bro, I'd
rather
rather
have Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett for the price of Karl Anthony Towns.
I'd rather have Karl Anthony Towns.
No, you wouldn't. Over Jalen and RJ?
No, just over RJ.
Bro,
but you could have them both for 60.
You know how much
RJ makes half.
How much is your team spending on Kevin Durant over there?
What, like 50-something mil?
Yeah, a year.
You just said he wasn't top 20.
I mean, he's still a good player though. Like,
yeah, but you get two RJs for him.
I'd rather just the one Kevin Durant.
I would rather one Kevin Durant.
I'd rather the one Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant's Kevin Durant.
Okay,
and
sure.
we're also paying like.
I'm loving RJ, but KD is fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather have one KD than two RJs, but no, Booker's making what, like low 50s, high 40s, something like that a year, 20s. and then Beal's making like, I don't know, bad contract. Exactly.
But I kind of want to get in on that with the Suns, and I think that I know I give the Suns a lot of heat, but I think that mentality of building a super team is almost like ancient to me like to this point where like it just doesn't work, and we see the repercussions of it. And like, think about the Nets failed super team when they tried to add like all the old Celtics players together and how far back that pushed their franchise. I think that possibly could happen with the Suns going forward, with how they mortgage their whole future on what they have right now currently on the roster.
Yeah. I mean, and I think if you're approaching it from the Suns' perspective, it's, let's say it doesn't work out this year and it doesn't work out next year, right? We still have Bradley Beal, who I think you could probably get as his contract comes to an end. He probably has some value.
Right.
Devin Booker has insane value. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's say it didn't work out.
We're not going to trade Booker though. We would never trade Booker.
You might be
if you have to blow it up, yeah.
Bro, let's say you're in a position where you guys suck this year. Next year at the trade deadline, you guys are 5 games under 500. KD's hurt. Bradley Beal's missing time. You just got Devin Booker. You have no picks for the future. Why wouldn't you trade Devin Booker for 5 first-round picks and like 3 young players that you could potentially start to build around? Then trade KD. Maybe you get a few picks for him, and then I don't know. Maybe you might be stuck with Bradley Beal. His contract's really fucking bad. But like, that's the only way a team could get out of it. I mean, but the teams who make these trades, like the receiving teams who are giving away the good players, usually come out. I mean, look at OKC.
Yeah,
Shea is better than Paul George. Healthy Kawhi, I'm not going to go there yet.
Yeah, I mean,
he plays more than Kawhi.
Yeah, exactly.
Kawhi is Kawhi. Like, you gotta
Kawhi's
respect
healthy.
him.
I think he just doesn't want to play as much. But
yeah, you got to respect him. But I mean, OKC won that trade in a landslide.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that for us to see what the Clippers just did by adding James Harden, it just goes against what like the rest of the NBA is doing. I mean, we saw what the Warriors did, and yes, they added KD to their team, but one, it was in free agency, and two, it was just they had the core already set up. Look what the Nuggets did. They had like Jokic, they had Murray. They both came up with those guys. They were patient too, because like the first couple of years of both of those guys, you weren't like sold on them being franchise cornerstones, but now they both are. So I think that it's definitely a weird thing to see what the Clippers have done, and what the weird thing to see what the Suns did last year in terms of the trading. And I get it, but still,
it's like you kind of have to, if you're in that position, like you kind of have to go for it. But at the same time, you could even talk about the Bucks like that, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Traded a bunch of shit for Drew, won a chip, and then they dumped Drew's ass and
for Dame.
Now they have Dame, and they have the worst defense in basketball.
They give up about 140 points a game. It feels like.
I hope that Chris Middleton can start playing again. I know he's been on a minutes restriction. I think he's not playing on the first leg of back-to-backs, and I believe he's finally in like the 20-minute range now, like low 20s. I mean, hopefully they get him up to 25, 30 minutes a game. But without him, I mean, and just Giannis and Dame, with what they have around them,
it's going to be tough.
I mean, offensively,
I don't see how they do anything, to be honest.
I mean, offensively, I think they just can run you out the gym and kind of outscore almost any team in the league. I still think, I was watching Giannis, I think it was the game against the Magic they just played, and physically, he is probably one of the, like, besides some parts of LeBron on those chase down blocks, specifically in the finals, like, he is physically, I've never seen anything like that on a basketball court. The things that he can do. Yeah. So I think that they still offensively are great. I have a tough time thinking that defensively they can turn it on. I think that they need to add something at the trade deadline. I don't know if you guys saw that viral video of Malik Beasley just getting cooked off the dribble. Oh my God. I'll find it. I'll show you guys. He literally just standing there, just like frozen as the guy just goes past him.
No, wait, did you guys see, there was a video going around the other day. It was like a Jokic versus all the other stars compilation. And it was like a video of like LeBron in the gym working out, and then it was like Jokic riding his horse. And then it was like a video of Booker in the gym or something, or KD, and then it's like Jokic like dancing with like a bottle in his hand, like just doing all these things. In the last video, he's like doing a flip off of a boat in like some river.
I mean, it's true, dude. He literally, it's like a 9 to 5 to him. He just comes into work, and then whenever he wins the chip, goes back to fucking Serbia or wherever he's from.
And cares about his horses. Yeah, his.
Yeah. You can see. Just watch. He just.
Yo, that's crazy.
Well, that's like when you're at the park and like it's like the last game and your knees are just shot.
You just let it happen.
No, that's when your controller dies and you're at the park in 2K.
Nah, but yeah, dude, like Jokic is so. It just seems like he's so much better than everyone right now.
But I
think like the game just comes to him like in slow motion.
No, 100%. I think that he's definitely in that like hybrid big kind of point guard role where you can really initiate all your offense with him, but you can also just, when you need a basket in crunch time, you can just throw it down to him and he'll make something happen somehow.
Yeah. Next thing I want to talk about is another European guy, Luka. He's going off right now.
Yeah.
The Mavs actually look good, which is, it's at least for us Knicks fans, it's kind of nice because we might actually get their pick this year finally.
I don't want their pick. I want Luka.
Yeah, but they're not going to give us Luka, so that's out of the picture.
We'll see.
Him and Kyrie, I mean, it seems to be working right now. Lively is the rookie from Duke, right?
Yeah. Yes.
He looked really good for them also.
Yeah. I have a thought process on a lot of those like bigs that come out. Those like super athletic, tall, lanky bigs. I know Mark Williams was on the Hornets. He just played the Knicks, and he looked pretty decent against us.
He had like 24 rebounds the game before.
Yeah, the game before us. Yeah, and I mean like guys like that, Kai Jones, and I know he's not in the league right now, but like those kind of guys just get a lot of just like play because of how long, athletic, and like how much hustle they play with. So I think that yes, Lively's good. But, like, I mean, you could really get that. I don't think they needed to give a first-round pick to get a quality big.
But also, it's like when you have a guy like Luka or a guy like Kyrie, they take away so much attention in the pick and roll with them. If they had a guy like Mitchell Robinson would be amazing.
100%, yeah. Which, I mean, Lively is, like, I'm not saying he's playing like Mitch because Mitch is an all-world defender, but I think that he's definitely filling that void that they needed.
Absolutely. They definitely, I mean, He's just better than Dwight Powell. No offense to Dwight Powell.
Yeah, I mean, Dwight Powell's he's like 6'8", I think.
I mean, to finish up basketball talk, I mean, one of the guys we talked about earlier, Tyrese Maxey, I want to do a Would You Rather.
This is going to be crazy from Jules.
Yeah,
I mean, clearly he's already likes him more than everyone.
Yeah, he's going to be a top 10.
So Tyrese Maxey, Would You Rather. First up is Desmond Bane.
Bro, Desmond Bane is so bad, man. I'm not Tyreek by a mile.
I'm taking Tyreek as well. Tyrese as well. Bro, you
called him Tyreek.
You call him Tyreek again?
I call him Tyrese.
No, he did call him Tyreek before, so
I call him Tyrese, man.
I'll go with Tyrese Maxey. I think that he's definitely.
Desmond Bane's been really good this year, though.
I mean,
but they're 1-8. So
he's had the ball a lot this year.
Everyone could do that. I don't know. Whatever next.
Desmond Bane has the worst charisma in the NBA. That's all I'm gonna say.
Tyrese Maxey or Cade Cunningham?
I'm going Maxey.
I'm gonna go Maxey as well.
I think Maxey, sure, yes.
Okay.
I don't love that answer because I think Cade Cunningham could be the best player on a team where I don't think Maxey could lead a team, but sure, Maxey's better right now.
Yeah, fair. Tyrese Maxey or Kyrie Irving?
Tyrese Maxey, for sure. For sure.
I think at this point, I would prefer Tyrese over Kyrie as well, especially with Kyrie not being able to stay on the court, all these things, the issues, the locker room issues. I'm going to go Maxey right now.
I like what Kyrie's been doing. I think that he's been for the Mavericks, he's been very solid for them. Been shooting like lights out from 3. I think I'm going to lean Kyrie on this one, just because I know who Kyrie is. Yes, you get some of the bad parts of him, but if you could walk away, if Tyrese Maxey could walk away from basketball today and say, "Hey, my career was Kyrie Irving," like I think that he would be happy with that. I mean, that would be like an accomplishment for him. So I do think that I would give it to Kyrie right now. Still,
for sure. Tyrese Maxey or LaMelo Ball?
That's a good one because LaMelo's one of my guys, but I'm gonna go out with Tyrese Maxey still.
Okay, yeah. I mean, LaMelo dropped 32 on the Knicks today. He looked really good. Yeah. I'm gonna go Tyrese Maxey as well. I think the ceiling is probably higher with LaMelo.
Both you guys gotta wipe your mouth. It is, bro. It is LaMelo without a doubt. LaMelo's.
I just don't. I don't agree, bro.
Come on,
bro. Like Tyrese Maxey contributes to winning basketball. Has LaMelo ever done that?
He's on the Hornets.
Okay.
Yeah, they fucking suck, and he hasn't made them any better.
He's the whole team.
Bro, like,
no.
I'm sorry, bro. Like,
bro.
Tyrese is they're 7-1. Dude, he's the second best player on the team.
Yo, I was watching Bryce McGowan's play, and I thought that was Jules out there. Bro,
I'm sorry. That, objectively, like, you can make a case like LaMelo is a bottom 5 defender in all of basketball.
What?
He's terrible.
Yeah, no.
He's not.
He doesn't guard anyone.
Yeah. He averages like 2 steals a game.
Oh my God. So that's Julius Randle. He doesn't play fucking defense either. Sometimes the ball just falls to you. You think LaMelo's a good defender?
I think he's a better defender than Maxey. Yes.
Whoa, nah. Nick does not know ball. Nick does not know ball. That's all I think.
I think
LaMelo doesn't guard shit, bro.
I think you can keep LaMelo out there on the court, and he could play he can play against multiple positions. You can put him, if he gets switched onto a big, you'll have that. I think that if you play in the finals, I think that if you switch Maxey onto Jokic, and Jokic is going to take it to the hole every single time, I think LaMelo could hold his own a little bit better.
No,
Jokic is scoring on either. That was a terrible example.
Sure,
that was a terrible example.
But I do think
fix the guy no one can guard.
I think LaMelo definitely is better defensively and offensively.
LaMelo's overrated.
Someone take his mic, man.
Bro, he scored 32 points against us today.
So he ain't the first. He won't be the last. Tyrese Maxey
Wemby
or Trae Young?
Trae Young is not a good basketball player. No,
you have not watched basketball this year. You have not watched basketball
horrible this year.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has. He can't lead a winning team. The Hawks have looked very sluggish. And for that reason, I'm going Tyrese Maxey.
Bro.
I'm gonna go Trae. It's close though. Close though. I think that for me,
it's funny because he hasn't watched the second of the Hawks game.
Bro, I'm a Hawks season ticket holder, bro.
He said they look sluggish this
Fox
year.
Score merchant, bro.
He said they look sluggish.
The Hawks have not
Trae Young.
Me. The Hawks have not impressed
me. I said Trae Young as well.
Trae Young is definitely. Listen, he's not.
Trae Young also can't fucking guard anyone. So.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He can't guard anyone.
I think the one thing that Trae needs to do going forward, I think he needs to stop thinking he's the next Steph Curry and stop shooting those 30-foot pull-up jump shots. But I think he's can run that offense very well. He does a really good job orchestrating it. I think they're a very solid team. I'm more afraid of the Hawks than a lot of other people are. I know a lot of Knicks fans are like, "Oh, it's fuck Trae Young," but I definitely think the Hawks are going to be much better, specifically with Quinn Snyder this year.
I also agree with what you're saying about like him taking all these, trying to be Steph Curry. It's like I think the beauty of what Trae can do is everyone has to respect him from 35. But because of that, he can get into the paint so easily and either pass out of it in like a pick and roll scenario, or he's able to draw a foul where he shoots 90% from the line.
Yeah, he's insane.
I think his type of play and this, like, he's always going to be able to get you a shot, and if he doesn't get a good shot, he most likely will be able to draw a foul.
Yes, I just can't believe Jules said that they look bad.
Listen, the Hawks don't impress me. I don't know their record, but they're not impressing
once.
All right, yo. Let's wrap it up with some NFL. I mean, we originally had planned to start with the NFL. The audio didn't record. So, quick few things before. CJ Stroud, looking like a top 10 quarterback. 9 weeks through his rookie season.
Yeah, I think Jules says he's the best quarterback in the AFC South.
Yes,
right now.
He's better than T-Law, right?
Right now, at the moment, yes, he is. But no, yeah, I mean, listen,
Yo, wipe your mouth,
I think
Jules.
yeah, wipe your mouth, Nick. No, I think CJ Stroud's a lot better than Dak Prescott, better than Kirk Cousins, even though he's injured. Bro, like I think Stroud's for real, and he's gonna be top 5 by the end of next year.
Why are you taking shots at Kirk on the fucking sideline?
That's not a shot, bro.
He's catching strays.
That's not a shot. Nah, Kirk's a great guy. Kirk's a great guy.
Did you just call him?
I said Kirk.
He's a Kirk.
Kirk's a great guy.
Kirk.
He is a good guy. I think the shit that CJ Stroud's doing, we haven't seen in a while. You could say Herbert, but it doesn't even feel like what Herbert did was to the magnitude of what Stroud's doing because, like you said, it's contributing to winning.
Yes. And I think that was – everybody says that Herbert is this next, like best quarterback in the league, and I think that we see the talent with him, but he doesn't have like the game management or just the wins in general to do that, to win games. So I think that there's you see that with CJ Stroud, and he's really been coming out hot the past couple of weeks.
With that, let's do CJ Stroud. Would you rather? All right, CJ Stroud. Would you rather? First up, we have Trevor Lawrence.
Gotta go CJ Stroud, man. Like T-Law's got to step it up. He's looking kind of like very fraudish. So I'm gonna go CJ Stroud.
I'm gonna go CJ Stroud as well.
I'm going T-Law just to piss Jules off.
All right, next
hey,
up.
wipe your mouth, little bro.
CJ Stroud or Dak Prescott?
CJ. I can't go Dak. Can't go Dak. CJ's just got the better arm and the better team right now.
Okay, all right. I will go Dak Prescott right now.
I agree. I think Dak right now is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFC.
Absolutely. Like we said before, I mean, we were talking about it before the audio got cut off, but let me see. Dak Prescott in his last 3 weeks threw for 304 with 4 touchdowns, threw for 374 with 3 touchdowns, and then today threw for 404 yards with 4 touchdowns and had a rushing touchdown as well. He's looked dominant. Him and CD have figured it out.
Yeah.
They've unlocked something. That defense looks amazing still. Granted, they played the Giants and Tommy DeVito today.
Yeah.
But,
They've played the Giants twice.
yes, that's true.
But listen, Tommy DeVito got more points than Daniel Jones did.
Yeah. And, Dak balled out last week against the Eagles, who probably going to be the team that they're going to have to beat. Either them or the Niners if they want to make a serious run.
Niners are also frauds, bro. They got lucky today, but
We'll see.
How is that? Okay.
CJ Stroud or Tua Tagovailoa?
I mean, Tua is hot garbage, bro. I'm gonna go Stroud.
I'm gonna go Stroud.
I'll go Stroud as well. I think Tua is definitely overrated.
All right, CJ Stroud or Justin Herbert?
This one I'm going with my man Herbo, man. He's got all the intangibles. He's a hard worker. He just loves football, so I'm gonna go to Justin Herbert.
I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert as well, but it's close.
Are you his agent? he's a hard worker.
Could represent him right now.
First one in, last one out.
Wait, were you why he just got that big deal?
You
had a word with the Chargers front office?
Yeah.
Theater thug over there.
I did put my.
I'm gonna go Herbert.
I would go CJ Stroud just because, like what I said earlier, I think that he's definitely won the games, and you definitely see that.
Yeah, fair. And then last we got CJ Stroud or Lamar Jackson.
I'm always been a team Lamar. I'm going Lamar here. He has better legs. He has a better arm, and he has a better team right now. Ravens are rolling. Lamar just looks like the MVP right now, so I'm going Lamar.
It pains me, but I'm gonna lean Lamar.
You hate Lamar.
I don't hate Lamar. I hate the offense that the Ravens run because it fucks me every week in every bet or fantasy football.
Pause.
And I'm selfish. So, but I will take Lamar.
Yeah, I think I'm going Lamar too. Straight up, it's obviously Lamar, but I think if you count the contract in there and having to pay them, I think that I would lean Stroud just for that. But I know it is early too.
Yeah. All right. So last 2 things. Quick shout out to Josh Dobbs. What he's been doing is insane. He's on a Linsanity-esque run, like you said before.
Yes.
The fact that he's just come into these offenses and barely knows half the guys he's playing with by their first name, and he's just playing winning football is cool, and he's giving the Vikings a chance make a playoff run.
Yeah, I don't understand how he's able to. Like, I can't follow a group chat without having everybody's number saved. Like, I don't know how he can get win football games without knowing everybody's name.
It's like Zach Wilson has 3 off seasons this year with Aaron Rodgers helping him, holding his hand step by step, and he can't do half the things that Josh Dobbs does.
Josh Dobbs is better. Just should have traded for him. They had every opportunity, but
Every team
or
in the
the
NFL
Jaguars should have traded for him too with your fraud quarterback.
The way he's looking.
Honestly, even if you weren't looking for a starting quarterback, I would have made a trade for him for what they gave up to get probably the best backup in football.
Yep.
I don't think it would have been a mistake for any team to make a trade for Josh Dobbs.
The best backup of football is kind of tough.
I mean, who's
better?
better?
Tommy DeVito.
I mean, I guess
Zach Wilson,
Gardner Minshew, okay, maybe.
Gardner Minshew's a good backup.
I mean, the Riddler looked pretty good today. Like, he's currently a backup.
He's the starter. Throw some respect on it.
And last but not least, let's do quick NFL midseason awards. MVP?
Tyreek Hill.
I'm going to go Jalen Hurts.
Lamar.
Most improved player? Is there even a most improved player in the NFL?
I don't think so. Or comeback player.
Comeback
Comeback
player
player
of
of the year.
I'm gonna go. I don't know, man. I'm not giving it to DeMar Hamlin, man. He's played like 2 snaps, bro. Like, I'm not giving it to him.
Has he played 2 snaps?
He was activated for a game, so I don't even know. But I don't know. I guess maybe T.J. Watt. He was hurt last year, and he's having a really, really good season. I guess that would be my vote.
I mean, I think the real answer here is Breece Hall. I mean, I think that after coming off of injury, I think that
overrated, man. Overrated.
I would say Breece Hall as well. Let me see. Defensive player of the year.
Myles Garrett. The only right answer, Myles Garrett.
It's between Myles Garrett and Danielle Hunter for me, but I'm going to go Myles
The
Garrett.
guy's name's Danielle.
I think it'll land.
All due respect, Mr. Hunter.
I think it's also Myles Garrett. And then last is coach of the year.
D'Amico Ryans.
Nah.
What? That's even the first pick, the second pick of the draft.
Right now, I'm gonna go John Harbaugh, man. What he's being able to do with these Ravens, with a very limited wide receiver core, it's very impressive. So I'm going John Harbaugh.
I'll go D'Amico Ryans as well. It's definitely not Brian Dable. I'll say that. But yeah, good up. We had some technical difficulties, but we pulled through.
Yes.
Thanks for hopping on, boys.
And I just want to say, we know you don't watch the Hawks.
Nah, I watch
the Suns.
I'm a